what if I told you that you could play a card game where you could fight as the equivalent of Toy Storage Battle Penguins? If that's not for you, maybe you prefer playing as early 1990s Goldar type protagonists and antagonists, depending on what side you are. If that's not good, maybe you want to play a game with your childhood teddy bear or stuffed giraffes. Or maybe you want to play as some sort of disembodied robot head with disembodied robot arms. Maybe one of them has a Nerf blaster. Maybe one of them has a Nerf blaster with a scope. If any of this is interesting to you, then hang on to your hats, because this game has actually existed for 10 years. But the reason why we're bringing it up right now is because we are going to be unboxing the 10th anniversary of the game, Paul Peterson's Smash Up. This version of the game is actually not a standalone version. It is technically an expansion, but it has 4 new factions, new cards for previous expansions, and a new way to play. So, let's go to the table and check out what is in Smash Up, the 10th Anniversary Edition. All right, here is the Smash Up 10th Anniversary Edition. Comes in this sleek black box, surrounded by this not so sleek box sleeve. I mean, Smash Up doesn't need to be sleek; it needs to be, well, whatever Smash Up is. All right. So if we take this shrink off here, and again on the box, back of the box, we have 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes. Ages 10 plus, with some nice pictures of some of the components and a contents list right here. So, take this sleeve off, which you can keep or not. We've got kind of a nice little embossed iconography of all the different, not classes, but teams, I suppose. And Smash Up, we open this up, and we are hit with a very thick book here. Don't fret, this is not all rules, I promise you that. 10th Anniversary Table of Contents. This is mostly going to be clarifications, I assume. Very nice artwork here. You got ninjas. Lots of ninja pictures and kind of some flavor text on the ninjas, flavor text on the robots, flavor text on wizards, bears, ghosts, killer plants, steampunks. This is really cool. It's soft cover, but this is essentially a coffee table book of Smash Up is what this is. Just going to flip through it. Oh, skipped a page. Time travelers, mad scientists, flip through it. So I almost don't want to flip through every page here, because I want you to discover some of this on your own. Because it really is, like I said, it's kind of a tabletop, coffee table magazine book of all of the Smash Up teams. And that's all this book is just that. Why am I hitting myself? Why am I hitting myself? Why am I hitting myself? I assume the rules will be somewhere else. Here we have big base playing mode. So if you're playing with the big base, this is like a big base of some type, rather than the smaller base cards that we traditionally see in other versions of Smash Up. We have north, south, east, and west. Base card for Smash Up. Current round, scoring period, and then we have kind of bonuses here for the different players. Ongoing, you have +1 power here. On occupation, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. On occupation, draw a card. And these are asymmetric, these 4 sides. And then there are big base playing modes directions there. And you can find these rules on the AG site, along with clarifications and rules updates with a QR code. That's a really nice touch. And this is solid cardboard. Next, we have some cards, and which we'll get to, and we have 5 player A, B, C, and D tracking things here with setup, placing bases during play, and those are all the same there. I'll just show that very closely there. So grab a capture of that if you want. And again, here's this side, and you have 5 of these. And this is just a storage solution, nothing underneath here. I'll just lift it out so you can, oh, I'm glad I picked that up. I was totally wrong. So if you get this, we'll put that back in the base of the box later. What was hiding under there was this smash up first player type of poker chip here. It's not a full-size poker chip, but it is weighted. I don't know if it's just heavy plastic or if it's weighted with metal or clay inside, but this does have some heft to it. This is actually really a nice piece. I like this. Okay. So now we have dividers for all the different powers that come, I assume, in this game. And these are not cardboard. These are these are thick plastic. I mean, imagine if all cards are made out of this material, that'd be incredible in some ways. Otherwise not. So you have the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are in the core Smash Up set, but here you have the Titan. I'm not going to read the whole thing right here, but you have the Fort Titanosaurus. You have the Invisible Ninja. Right? Ninjas are in the core Smash Up set. And you have the Killer Plants. Killer Plants are an awesome level 8000. It's like Audrey 2 type stuff, Titan. We have the Bride, which is Mad Scientists. Mad Scientists are in Monster Smash. So these are expansions for Smash Up. And I guess, I mean, I do have most of the expansions for Smash Up, but I have not played it in a while, a few months. So maybe I should have reviewed that before I did this video. I have the Sharks. So all of that is to say, I'm not sure if these dividers come in each of those sets or not. Or maybe they're here for the first time. Grannies, I love it. Show off the rest of these here. Smash Up 10th anniversary set, we have the mermaids. Smash Up 10th anniversary set, we have the sheep. So that's what we're getting into in this deck of cards here. And skeletons, 10th anniversary Smash Up set. And world champs. So I want to make sure. Yeah, so it says here, 10 years of the game, 3 new factions, 11 new titans, a new way to play. And yes, this is billed just as an expansion. You do need to require the base set of Smash Up to play.
Who's the cutest little space wolf? Who's the cutest little space wolf with wings? You are! You are!
Because Smash Up is awesome. Okay, so here we have some bases, which we'll take a look at real quick. We have the mermaid pool. On your turn, if you have a minion here, you may move another player's minion to here. Mermaid Reef. During your turn, other players' minions here add 1 less power to their controller's total. After the first time you move a minion to the space, each turn you move another minion there from there to here. Sheep Shrine. After this is played, each player may move one of their minions to here. If played during setup, replace it and shuffle it into the deck. Boneyard. Once during your turn, if a minion you own of power 3 or less goes here to the discard pile from another base, you may bury it here. Ossuary. On your turn, you may bury a minion of power 3 or less from your discard pile here. Arena. After your first time to play a minion after the first time you play a minion here during your turn, you may play an extra action or draw a card. And the Hall of Fame. The first minion you play here during your turn gains +2 power until the end of the turn. Deep Reef Crag. When this base scores, if the total power here equals the base's break point, the winner gains 1 additional victory point. And there are the bases. And then once you have something else to discover on your own, but these are, so we have some from the mermaids, we have some sirens, charmers, temptress, mermaid queen, charmed, desert island, shipwreck cove, troll bay, siren song, reclaim shores, captive audience, and ultimate song. So there is the sirens, team siren or team mermaid, excuse me. Then for sheep we have flock, a bunch of flocks. We got some black sheep, some rams, 2 rams, a little bo peep, incredible. To follow or not, in sheep's clothing, a wolf. You shall pass. Oh, that's cute. Wood for sheep, shearing, on the lamb, counting sheep, hello dolly, and then skeletons we have returned one, reverent, grave tender, lord of bones, spooky scary, grave goods, place him down, graveyard, hearse fleet, that's amazing, and gravestones, burst forth, dig 'em up. And then for the Smash Up is kind of like a card game of make-believe, but it's also really the board game of Super Smash Brothers. You know, that N64 game that you played to get your crush to notice you because you didn't actually have any game whatsoever. I don't know if that makes it or breaks it for you, but I thought you should have all the information. We have Rainbow Girl, Mummy, Calicoin, Samurai Chan, Diva, Ike the Turtle, Shield Maiden, Stoneford, Aramis, Sheriff, Fighting Spirit Prize, Smart Setup, Kaiju Conflict, It's Blitzen Time, Shark Tattoo, Fast as Lightning, Bewitched, Mousebird and Sausage, and High Speed Chase. That is everything that comes in the 10th anniversary edition of Smash Up. That coffee table magazine alone is incredible, but these new factions seem amazing as well. Remember, this is an expansion. You do need the base game to play. Well worth it, in my opinion. I think I'm really excited to play this, and that is everything that comes in the 10th anniversary of Smash Up. This is nothing, right? Talk about nerfing your game. Okay. So there it is. There is Smash Up 10th Anniversary Edition. Don't know if it's for you or not. Don't know if the original Smash Up, the base game of Smash Up, or any of the dozen or so expansions of Smash Up have been for you or not. But they continue to produce it. I think one of the greatest things about the 10th anniversary edition is this kind of smash up coffee table remembrance book, which has a lot of really cool artwork. And there'd be nothing so nerdy or geeky, let's be honest, nerds and geeks control the world, than putting this book on your coffee table before company came over. And then they'd be like, oh, hey, well, what's that? What's that about? And then before you know it, you're playing Smash Up or one of your other favorite board games. I'm Pete Steele. Until tomorrow.